Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us on your favorite sports show, The Scoreboard. As usual, we try to go behind the scenes to let you know what's going on around the world of sport. Sometimes we are deep inside of it, like we will be today with Enyimba playing currently and the goals coming in. And also we try to find out who else is making news in the world of sport. But yes, that's what we lined up for you today. Let me just give you the highlights of what we'll be talking about today. The Africa Football League. You know, they always say that a good league, a good federation must have a good competition as well. And that's what CAF has tried to bring into football by having the Africa Football League. It has a lot of money according to what was on paper. We will wait to see whether or not this will get into the coffers of the clubs, but it's going on at the moment. And Enyimba was currently playing with Wydad Casablanca. The score, when I left it last, was 2-0. I've been informed it's now 3-0 in favor of Wydad. We'll see what else is going on there, even though Enyimba seem to have gotten the better of Wydad Casablanca in the first leg. We'll see what happens in that. That is going on currently. The other thing that is going on is Kenyans have dominated literally 3/4 of the world half marathon events that were held over the weekend. That's last weekend. 3/4, and there were many, and they were all literally being won by Kenyans. So there's still some prowess that there is in the field of athletics. And now again, the Rugby World Cup is taking over. If you missed the South Africa versus England match, you are never going to watch another rugby match of that nature ever again. 1 point difference, and what physicality there was, what style there was, what energy there was. That was actually a World Cup final before the final. That's part of what we'll be talking about today. I am Bernardo Tieno. Let me get right into what we're discussing today. Now, as usual, we'd like you to also interact with us and tell us what you think as well. Now, we're talking about the Africa Football League. Do you think that is the kind of money that needs to be pumped into the African football leagues? Do you think that's the kind of money that needs to be pumped into African football to make it successful, to make it as competitive as the rest? That's what I want you to talk to us about. I am at Bernard_sports and at KChege_sports. Let's jump into it right here. KChege is here himself. He's a cool kid and he's looking good today. He's paid his barber. We can see this time round. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Bernard. How are you? Your
week
was
good. Thank you. How was your week?
Excellent. My week was good.
What worked in your week?
What caught my eye this past week? There's two things. One, there is the One Life Rally Safari.
What is Wildlife Rally Safari?
So this is a rally that is going to combine horsepower and heritage. So we've got all these top machines coming in, which they came in on Wednesday. We have some Porsches, we have some Lamborghini, we have the Ford Raptors, we have Ferraris. And these guys are going to race from Saturday the 28th to the 4th of November in a rally that is going to go through the Masai Mara, Amboseli, and Tsavo. So we'll start in Nairobi, we'll end in Malindi. That's going to really improve on us. And these guys, because they have all these international crew, so the country of Kenya will be showcased to the world. And hopefully we get some investment. A second thing that I saw that interested is Omanyala has a new coach. I don't know whether that is a pointer that he realizes that where he is, he needs to take the next step forward. I'm hoping that is what it is. So he has a new coach this week, Geoffrey Kimani, who, as you know, is a strength and fitness coach. He's been with rugby, he's been with football, and now he's into athletics.
Okay, Ken, let me explain to you something. What worked is just a small segment for you to say in one line what happened. That's all. Because now you've given us all the details of everything else, It's
because it worked.
No. You're supposed to just summarize what worked for you during the week. Let me give you an example. Okay, what didn't work, first of all, for you?
No, the week was good.
Great.
No negatives.
Okay, let me give you an example of what worked, for example, because the rally thing has not worked yet. It's until next week that... Wait, you can listen as well. It's until next week, that's when it will work. Okay? So you've missed that segment, but good information we had there. Now listen to what worked here. Kericho Green Stadium was named Kiprugut Chumo Stadium. Now that was a change, and it's been given to the first man to ever win an Olympic medal for the country. Now that worked for me. Second thing that worked, Faith Kipyegon's record has been ratified, the mile record. Now that worked. Third thing that worked for me, Emmanuel Onyonyi, the world 800 meters champion, is sitting his KCSE exams. Okay, so that means he's getting some education now. That really worked. Kosirai Secondary School, that's where he's sitting his exams. Now, what didn't work? Sir Bobby Charlton passed on. And Manchester is in mourning. So any results that we notch at the moment is null and void. But that's the story of what worked and what didn't work. Let's get deep into what's going on at the moment. The Africa Football League, they often say a good federation, even a good local or even a confederation should have a good league, a competitive one that gives money. In Kenya, we had the top 8 tournament at some point that was also giving some extra money to the Premier League. Now, at the moment, there is this one that is going on now. We have Wydad, Enyimba, Esperance de Tunis, and Tupizo Mazembe. This is from Tunisia, and this one is from Congo. The match was going on at the moment, and then we also have Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa and Al Ahly of Egypt. Which one was going on at the moment, Ken, and what was the result?
So, Wydad was playing Enyimba in the second leg of the quarterfinal. As at halftime, Enyimba was 3 down. Now, in the first leg, Wydad had
Enyimba from Nigeria.
Yeah, from Nigeria. Wydad is from Morocco. Wydad was 3 goals up. And in the first leg in Nigeria, Wydad had also won 1-0.
They did. They had won 1-0.
That's almost
yes, you're right.
So. But you know, there were other results over yesterday.
I'm just being told the game is now, they're coming back into the second half. The scoreline is still the same at 3 goals to 0. So Wydad versus Enyimba is going on. This Esperance versus Tunisia, I think, ended already.
Yes. So Esperance versus Tunisia. Tunis beat TP Mazembe 3 goals to 0. And remember, TP Mazembe had won the first leg 1-0. So SP Tunis has gone through 3-1.
That means that the level of competition is very, very high. And it's probably because of the kind of money that has been promised there. It's in thousands of dollars for winners. And you remember it started directly at a quarterfinal stage.
Yes.
So this means that there's good money in there. Now, there were other results as well last week. I'm sure, Ken, you have them. The results of Sunday.
So Sunday, we had Al Ahly.
Al Ahly.
Al Ahly, that one.
Yeah.
Playing at home against Simba, our neighbors of Tanzania.
Yes.
I was really focused on that match. Simba went ahead in the 76th minute. And if they had maintained that, they would have won. But Al Ahly came back and equalized. The game finished 1-1. And in this competition, the away goals rules applies. And the first leg at Benjamin Mkapa had ended 2-2.
All right.
So Al Ahly goes through.
That's a very good brief on what's going on there. So we'll wait for the results. We'll abreast you of what's going on at the end of this one that is currently playing. And it's in the second half at the moment. And Enyimba are on the losing end of things as it looks at the moment that Wydad Casablanca is getting the better of them. Let's move back home here.